the XSplit going. What's up, everybody? This is DJ Lou in the house, the one and only motherfucking lieutenant.
Wake up, what you sleeping for? It's time for you to work, motherfucker, let's go.
And I got my boy right here, the prophet, the motherfucking Mike.
I see the struggle, I see the fight, I see the hunger, I see no life.
And now for the one, the only, in the flesh, the unconquerable, strongest dude ever in the brain, that is Cepta.
Yeah, real MCs never die. Real MCs never die.
Psych, he's not here today.
Oh, what happened?
I'm sorry, dudes. He couldn't make it in. Something happened. He got stuck on the toilet. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but he can't make it in. He gave me a call saying he got to go to work. So it is what it is, and we can't do much about it. Life goes on, you know what I'm saying? But we have another surprise for you. We still have Cepta in recording. So we're going to do a little bit of a game without him. Mike, would you play this game with me? Because I'm kind of bored.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Okay. This is called the Cepta game. It sucks because he's not even here, but we can still play the Cepta game, and let's do it. We've asked Cepta a variety of questions. And what do you think he might say? We asked him, is life war or peace? Mike, take your time with this answer. What do you think?
I'm gonna have to go with the war. It just seems like there's always war.
Incorrect. I'm just kidding. I think you got it right.
I love that question, man. Honestly, in my opinion, I think it's a little bit of both because as much as we try to promote peace,
Release the hound!
well, unfortunately, the way we be living life and the circumstances that we're in and the people that ultimately have power, it's all about war. The way I see it, when they shut down schools or when they underfund education or they want to cut back Social Security, I feel that's war. That's war against, every working class person that, works, everybody that, more or less lives in public, your children, that's a war on them. That's a war on mothers. That's a war on fathers. That's a war on workers, And the way I see it is that no matter, because me, I'm a man of peace. I really try to just be peaceful. Even like Talib Kweli said, you gotta have love in the face of hate. And me, I'm really a man of peace.
Word.
And it's just there's so much war around us that sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. But what I came to realize in my journey that to realize that I'm about peace is that once I have peace inside me, once I really accepted everything about myself, my flaws, my things that I've done wrong, because I am a human, I am perfect, and once I came around to accept that and begin to be all right with that, then it really didn't matter if other people were trying to, come at me with war, as long as I had that peace inside, then once I became peace, then it was a lot more easier and a lot more, it made it a lot softer, smoother for me to become the message that, I wanted to encompass with people.
Wow. What do you think about that?
I think that's a very detailed answer, man. I mean, I could agree with parts of it, definitely.
Are you for war or peace?
I mean, it's unfortunate when war has to happen,
But sometimes it's necessary, dude.
Exactly. That's why it's a gray area when you say, because it somewhat, they counter each other, the yin and the yang, they balance each other out. That's what some people would argue, but
Word. Well, next question.
Let's do it.
It's all serious. I'm like, yeah. Next question. We asked Cepta. Oh, fucking shitballs. Is it science or God? What is your belief, Mike? What will you say?
What will he say? I think he's going to say it is science.
All right, let's see what he says.
Let's see if I'm right.
Honestly, I think, in my opinion, I think it doesn't matter. I think if God makes you find peace, I think if science makes you find peace, then that's where it's at.
Yeah,
so if you
go.
really wanted an opinion, I'd say it's not science or God, but it's all about perception.
Wow.
There you go.
The brilliant mind of the dude.
Exactly.
Ceptacon. Let's play the music.
Yeah, real MCs never die. Real MCs real MCs never die.
You can't be mad at this dude, even though he didn't show up, even though I'm kind of pissed off, to be honest with you. I fucking love this dude, man. That's what pisses me off the most, is because I want him in here. There's other dudes that want to come in, and I'm like, yeah, no problem, dude, but I really don't want you in here.
Yeah, nah, he's a great source of positive energy, man.
But
He's
today, I'm going to say this. Cepta, you suck today, bro, because I love you to death, bro. Anyway, the next fucking question. We asked Cepta, are you a Democrat or a Republican? Mike, what did you think he says?
I think he's neither, bro.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
All right, let's lock him in.
Let's get it.
I'm a human. I'm a human, man.
There it is. He's a human, man. Yeah. Is that your final answer? Okay, we asked Cepta, are you for pro-guns or no guns? Mike, what do you think he says?
I think he's for the guns.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer. Lock it in.
You are locked in.
I think you should have the right to defend yourself, yeah.
Beautiful. Constitutional, man. I love that. I bet, are you gay or non-gay?
I-
Whoops. And now we asked Cepta if he was gay or non-gay. What do you think he'll say?
I think he's a lover, not a fighter, so I don't think he has a problem with who he is. So I think he's not homophobic
But
at
do
all.
you think he's for gays
Like for
marriage?
their rights?
Yeah, like gay marriage.
Oh, marriage? Sure. If they want to, get married, be miserable, get divorced, sure, why not?
Take your time, Mike, with this answer. You're talking too fast. Okay, are you it? Is that
Keep
it?
cutting me off, motherfucker.
Do you want to call somebody? Are you locked in?
Lock it in.
All right.
I love women, man.
Are
I
you
love,
for gays
I love
or-
vagina? But you know what? If two men love each other and two women love each other, they should have the same rights as anybody else.
Wow. You were right, Mike. You're 3 for 3. But will you get the next one right? We asked Cepta, are you for the drug wars? Mike, what do you think he says?
I think he's on like some legalized marijuana tip, personally. But yeah, I think it's a lost war, and that's been declared by Dan as well, their previous guest.
Dan the man?
Dan the man.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Lock
Lock
it
it in.
No, of course not.
Fuck the drug war.
I think they should legalize drugs, honestly. And let me explain myself before I get a rat, because that sounds really controversial. But the reason why is because I feel if drugs were to be legalized and not even a way, shape, or form, if they were to be legalized, then you can actually really have a good shot at crippling Mexican cartels.
That is correct. What do you think about that, Mike? Drug wars.
Oh man, it's a lost cause because we
You
already
guys want to know what Mike thinks about the drug wars? All right. Well, he's kind of like a drug addict himself, though.
Aren't we all? Whether it's sugar, fucking porn, fast food, movies,
I'm
who knows
making a
what
joke.
it is.
Yeah, we all have addictions.
Everybody has an addiction, man. It's just, whatever floats your boat, I guess,
Word.
As long as you're not hurting people and you're not stealing to pay for your habit, we're good. Show
Word.
up to work on time, people.
And
Come
the
on.
final question I've asked Cepta. We asked Cepta, are you for prostitution? What do you think he says? Yes, he is. No, he isn't. No comment.
Wow. Dang. Hey, a woman, if she can make money with it, why not?
Come on, man. But little kids, man. Think of the kids.
Hey, man, there's worse things out there than sex. Sex is natural, it's nature. And if you can get paid for it, do it.
Where people do it all the time.
Just be safe about it. You got to be like states where they regulate it,
Doesn't everyone do that, though? Like, don't they do it with subliminal messages? Nicki Minaj in a thong sitting down or bending over in her music videos. Isn't that like the same thing?
Yeah, but then again, it's intended for a mature audience. If kids are watching this, then, there's something wrong with it, obviously. But I don't know, man. It's money, The way I look at it is this. From what I know, statistics show that in places that do regulate it or use condoms, like the STDs are lower, AIDS is lower, all that stuff is lower. So if you take care of it, you regulate it, you tax it, you treat it like a legit business. People are doing it already. They have those massage places, massage parlors. Like, come on, man, what do you think those really are when there's like a skimpy ass chick and like, her boobs are like popping out? Like, come on, man.
All right, that's his final answer. Let's lock him in. dare you?
No, but you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna quote my homie Mert. It's funny because prostitution is illegal unless you can videotape it and sell it.
That was my next question. Are you for pornography? Are you for pornography? Yeah. So he is. Mike, you win. Is there like a song we can do here? Yes, there is. Mike, you win the grand prize. Yeah.
I want to thank God. I want to thank my
Give it up for Mike.
See the struggle, I see the fight, I see the
Oh, that's some old school jams right there.
And what were you thinking when you made that track, dude? Was it all about the message?
Man, it definitely was. I think that was back in 06. That's what, roughly 8 years ago. Recorded 3 tracks that day, and that was one of them. And yeah, man, I've always been preaching about opening up your eyes and seeing the all the corruption and whatnot. But people don't want to listen.
People don't want to listen.
People don't want to listen.
Why don't they
man.
want to listen, man?
Because of the media, like you're talking about Nicki Minaj and all that stuff. It's all it's just a game,
All right, we're going to go to a commercial break real quick because I got to go pee real quick. But I'm going to play one of Cepta's jams since this is a show about Cepta and he never made it in. But it happens, dude. What are you going to do? You got to get over it. Here's one of my favorite jams featuring Cepta and Murph. Man, if it'll load. We'll be right back after this, y'all.
Open your mind.
Podcast.
No, man. I look around and it's like, I don't even know who I am. I be doing things sometimes I don't even know that I be doing. What are we doing, y'all? Man, how do you know what you be living is real? What you need to do is look, self-analyze. Support the death penalty, but give rights to a fetus. Militarizing your police, now the purpose defeated. How can you have democracy when the war drums are beating? Illegally invading countries as they profit from war. Started with the towers falling and converted to more. Declared a war on terror, though the message distorts. You think you make a statement when you say you support. The 99% is everyone deep at its core. That's why it is important to know who you're working for. A dead peasant policy mentality doesn't explore. I don't tell you how to live life, I'm giving advice. Next time check your ego and you better think twice. Cause nothing's what it seems at the moment that lies. While the truth of honesty gets ignored and denied. I write this for my people that are born to survive. And the ones stuck in the matrix that are trying to get by. This ain't opinion, I'm just telling you what I see. Little girls dressing like hoes, Jersey Shore mentality. This isn't music to cruise to, this is music to think. Get your head out of your ass and start using it, G. Anything is possible once you start to believe. This is a cure for the blues with the words that I weave. Just because you spit rhymes doesn't mean you MC. It's how you do the message and what you perceive.
Like illustrations and innovations, dreams built high like skyscrapers out of imaginations, while consuming lives like they made a pact with Satan. This is all I'm saying, and why is this worth debating? Like last night's thoughts retracing my steps, still trying to see where we all fell off, but still waiting on everyone to wake up. Not help from God, he's angry. We're playing terrorist bomb making while chemtrails are planes chasing. Doomsday preppers live out their final days in a basement. At the same time, censorship got us to the point we can't say shit. Pray we all get abducted by Anunnaki spaceships. Are you stuck frozen in amazement? That's the future, now face it. You don't like it? Then change it, cause tomorrow isn't made, we have to make it. Even though some of us won't make it to see tomorrow. The future is the present, and our time is borrowed. Stay strong, keep your head up, there's no time for sorrow. Cause if we don't man up and change our ways, there won't be a tomorrow.
This ain't opinion, I'm just telling you what I see. Little girls dressing like hoes, Jersey Shore mentality. This isn't music to cruise to, this is music to think. Get your head out of your ass and start using it, G. Anything is possible once you start to believe. This is a cure for the blues with the words that I weave. Just because you spit rhymes doesn't mean you MC. It's how you do the message and what you perceive. I think to myself, how can I live this way? With chemtrails in the sky and HARP a switch away. Genetically modified disease injected to my food world according to Monsanto's epidemics loom. Bovine growth hormone in the milk that we consume. In the vaccine nation, pledged by autism in the name of corporations. Look what they're building, a lost generation in the making. Nobody's yielding to the future of the masses. The gas is depleted, ionosphere being dusted. The globe keeps heating, ritualistic sacrifice in the name of Jesus Christ. From Illuminati
Illuminati ties to the symbolism born in ya. Invasion of Iran to the fall of the markets. Ron Paul mania and Obamanomics. Electoral system is bought and sold for a profit. The end of America bestowed on the conscious. This ain't opinion, I'm just telling you what I see. Little girls dressing like hoes, Jersey Shore mentality. This isn't music to cruise to, this is music to think. Get your head out of your ass and start using it, G. Anything is possible once you start to believe. This is a cure for the blues with the words that I weave. Just because you spit rhymes doesn't mean you MC. It's how you do the message and what you perceive. And you see, I've been telling you this since day one. Nobody wants to listen to me. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm some pothead that just doesn't work and that I'm just nuts, right? But that's the biggest thing of everything, man. Nothing is what it seems. They think I'm crazy, I'm crazy, I'm crazy, I'm crazy.
Yeah. Yo, we're back at it again. It's DJ Lou and Mike.
We're back.
Yes, that was a great song by Ceptacon. What a great dude.
Shout out to my boy Cepta.
What the fuck? Where did I go? I gotta get rid of this and then add this. And go ahead, man. Break it down for the people out there, what we're doing.
Yeah, man, just kind of getting some updates going on, you know, with all this stuff that we've always been touching on about the police. One thing I wanted to bring up is Anaheim had recently invested over $1 million in body cameras, and it looks like Fullerton Police Department will be doing the same. And that's a good thing. You know, they had the whole incident with Kelly Thomas, and, you know, there's been a lot of issues. I was actually on World Star Hip Hop last night, and they were showing... Wait,
World
was it
Star? I hate these.
Oh no, wait, was it? I go on there just to see like some stupid videos sometimes, but one of them,
they're pretty interesting. It shows you the animal-like behavior we display.
Yeah, no. And one of them was showing about how this black firefighter in Oakland was, you know, getting questioned by a Oakland police officer. He wasn't in his uniform or anything, but he was trying to claim that, you know, that the police officer was being racist and whatnot. So he's like, okay, well, I have it recorded in video, and like people are like changing their story all of a sudden, you know, because the facts don't add up now. So I think it's a great idea.
Oh, in Anaheim, so now they're required to put the cameras on?
Yeah, Anaheim and Fullerton at the moment. Yeah,
see, I'd like to go into depth with that and figure out why do they have to do that now? Is it because it's because
of the council, because of the city council meetings, bro? Because they're trying to, you know, it goes down into well, with Anaheim, you know, actually I had some demographics on that. I wanted to go over some facts, but yeah, man. I mean, recap on the whole riots. Remember how the riots were in Anaheim?
Yeah.
I mean,
it was getting ugly, dude.
Definitely was, man. Definitely was.
They wanted to march in Disneyland and really make some the scenery, and the police blocked the roads and all that. I just want to make a point about the council stuff because Cepta was supposed to talk about that today, and we were supposed to throw some curveballs at him and see how he would react to the questions that we ask. He's really good under pressure. His questions are so loaded, or answers are so loaded, and he's got questions for us, you know. And
yeah. And
he was talking to me over the phone about it. I wish he can call in, but he's just in a rush right now and some things that he's got to do, and it sucks. But he was saying that, you know, why not bring back gardening, you know, and allow us to start gardening and have organic stuff, and instead of, you know, the food that we eat around us. You know, I drive home from work, there's about 10 different fast food places I pass by, and each one's pulling me in saying, yo, eat some of this, eat some of that. And that goes into the show we were having with Scooter and Marcus and Chris, you know, about these foods, the GMOs that we're connected to, that you know, like you were saying, it's an American way. We decide to eat it, you know, it's our choice. But what if there were organic food out there that would give us the opportunity to eat a little bit better and live a little bit longer?
Just to give you an idea, at my job, they have obviously they have the vending machines in the you know, in the staff lounge. And what's funny about it is that there's one of them that is the organic, or it's the healthy vending machine, you know. But if you compare the prices, like, it definitely is a jump, you know, where you get a candy bar in the other vending machine for $1. Over here it's like $2 or a little bit more. So it definitely does cost a little bit more. But we got to look into why is it costing more? Why aren't they making healthy food
because it's
affordable?
It's harder to make.
Why is it harder to make, though?
It takes longer to grow. It takes longer to harvest.
But isn't that what was back in the day when you know, our ancestors were here? They used to grow all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we had people lived on farmland, dude. It's very rare where I live. I'm congested in the city, and I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast, and it's like, when shit hits the fan, like a big earthquake or something really bad happens, like, there's nowhere to creep out into a forest and hunt and survive. You're stuck in a city, dude. You're stuck. You're trapped. You're not going nowhere.
Cannibal.
Yeah, and then the people find out you have money, or I'm sorry, you have food stocked, stored. Knock, hey, let me in, dude. I'm hungry. I hope you got plenty of ammo, because we got a mob of people out here that are hungry, and you got the water and you got the supplies. What about you, Mike? Do you stock up or anything like that? Do you have any preparation towards the future if something bad were to happen?
I stock up on water. And,
how much water you got in your house?
You know, the
a gallon?
Nah, I probably have about like at least let me see, how much are those? They're like 5 gallons each.
Oh, okay.
The bigger ones.
Yeah.
We usually have about 6 on deck, and I usually have about, let me see, anywhere from like 60 to 80 bottled waters on demand.
Right.
That's one thing I try to keep on deck is water.
How do you feel about that? I mean, listening to the Joe Rogan show, they were talking about how he introduced a hunter to the show, and the hunter was talking about how he hunts, and people go, "Oh, you kill animals, you're so sick, you're disgusting. How can you put on your Facebook that you love animals and you're eating them and stuff?" And he's like, people have become so desensitized because they don't see the murder, they don't see what's going on behind the scenes, and because I go and hunt I'm a hunter, and I eat my food. I'm the bad guy.
Well, it like goes back when you go to Mexico with your grandmother, be like, "Yeah, you want chicken?" Be like, "Go pick one out from the front yard."
Right.
And they just smack it and
that's another thing he was saying was that
pluck it and everything.
Yeah, he would hunt his own food as a kid, and they would do that. They would go to the back and they'd eat the pig or the chicken and all that, and he actually would raise sheep, and they would kill the sheep and eat them. So he became desensitized to that. Me, dude, I'd probably flip out if I had to kill an animal, but if I had to do it to survive, I'm going to do what the fuck I got to do.
Hey, no doubt, man. What's like a lot of these animals, like we're just referencing the hamsters, like they've become evolved. Every animal has become evolved, with more domesticated it gets.
My little sister's hamster just died, and she was crying and stuff, and yeah, I see people with this picture right here. This dude just killed a freaking, what is that, a buffalo?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is cool, I don't know why they like taking pictures, and it's like they chop off the head and they put it on the wall. It's like a trophy to them, which is cool, but I think it's kind of at the same time you're like exaggerating, like, look at how much of a killer I am, and I don't think that's cool, especially when these rich families go out and they kill an elephant that's eating. I saw on Facebook, and he's still got the food in his mouth, and they're like surrounding him, smiling, taking a picture, and I'm like, that ain't cool, man. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, man.
That's a little extreme.
Well, back in the day, when they were barely building up the railroad system, they used to have a flatbed, and hunters would go on there with their rifles and just go slowly and just start shooting all the buffalo, bro, and they would just leave it there to rot.
Yeah, it's dirty.
Whereas like a Native American or an Indian would go and they would use everything. They're making spoons out of the bones, they're making blankets out of the fur, and that's the problem. Is that's why people become desensitized and people.
And that's why I always, sorry to cut you off. That's why I always sport this hat right here. It has an Indian on it. And people go, "Hey, go Blackhawks." I'm like, I don't watch hockey, dude. But the reason why, and people go, what are you like racist or something? Like, no, dude. I really respect the way Indians did their operation, like the way they work, the way they function. They use every tool in the animal to use it for. They didn't waste, basically.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Yeah, so that's pretty amazing, And I was just reading an article the other day where a lady paid, I want to say it was in the thousands, to have a little tumor taken off of her goldfish or one of her fish. This is for real, man.
My fish is hurt.
Like that's how much people love their pets. And oh, another story. This one's a little bit more sadistic. It was a guy who allegedly gets his girlfriend's Pomeranian dog, kills it, and cooks it and feeds it to her.
That's sick.
That is disgusting, right?
You making a point. Get sick of looking like a Oompa Loompa. I gotta change my color. There we go. All right.
Looking good, man. Oh, something else on the as the Fullerton and Anaheim police departments are getting their body cameras, the LA school district got an armored vehicle and grenade launchers from the military for free.
I know. I remember you asking Dan that, and he's like, "I had a AR or 15 or whatever."
Yeah, but
it's like what those kind of weapons, though, tanks, like you were just saying, like what the fuck?
Grenade launchers, it's kind of crazy.
So, recapping the guests that we had before on the show, you wanted to get into depth with that?
Yeah, man, just kind of like get on, the new videos that's getting released from Ferguson with the Michael Brown incident, where they have the construction worker and he's white, so that's like another thing the media was quick to point out, because they love these race issues and these wars and whatnot. But yeah, man, they were just pretty much saying like he had his hands up, like, so I don't know, man, who knows what really happened, There's always 3 sides to the truth. There's their side, his side, and then the actual truth. When you see a picture
like this, I mean, no disrespect to the family out there, but I mean, the behavior, he wasn't an angel, no one's an angel, but this, many people that take pictures like this, to me, it says a lot about their character, meaning they really have anger issues, and they seem to be a little disrupted.
Well, I'm gonna blame Tupac on that one. I'm blaming Tupac.
Are you making
all the
fun of
way.
me because I'm always bringing that dude up? He's another dude I wanted to get into on a show eventually and break down down who he was. I didn't know the guy, but just the facts of what he left behind.
Well, in his defense, I mean, I think we all, I won't say all, but I think anybody who was really like probably has a picture like that, who was trying to get in like the rap industry or be a lyricist or MC. I feel like a lot of people were like in that mode, and I think
let me ask
like
you this.
Pac glorified that shit. A lot of people did.
Let me ask you: have you ever taken a picture like this?
I possibly have.
No, I'm asking you. Do you know for sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Is there one
I
out there?
have pictures where I'm flipping off the camera for sure.
Is there anything on Facebook?
No.
Okay, I can tell you I've never had a picture like this before, and not because I'm an angel. I have one of me throwing up West Side, and my point is that he's a young dude. You know, he's very influenced on certain things, and his behavior is showing what happened. That doesn't make him automatically guilty of being killed, or for what he did.
Well, it's funny you bring up that picture because I just recently, I was doing some research on it, a little bit more in depth in Anaheim, and they have one of the guys that was murdered or shot as well by the police. Like, I mean, there's pictures too where he's throwing up a gang sign and he has like a gun pointed to his head. So I mean, I get what you're saying. I definitely do. But that's
what the media likes to throw out there.
That's what
middle finger.
It's like we were just saying.
Dog life.
Like we were just saying off air, where we could say something in a show and people could chop it up and edit it and make it sound like we're saying something else. They make rap songs out of this. I don't know if you've been on YouTube where they'll have like reporters and they take.
Earlier today, man killed.
No, but they'll rap out a whole song from all these different compilations of their episodes. It's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah,
people got too much time on their hands.
Another show that I'm planning on doing in the near future is going to be on the manipulation of technology, where they have hologram people on stage now. How long after that before we have people that look so goddamn real that you can't tell? Like even right now, you're looking at me on a screen on a webcam, you're looking at Mike. But how hard is it to do this? You look at video games, how much different do we look from that?
Yeah.
It's pretty trippy, but we're going to go to another quick commercial break because I got to do another deuce right now. So I'm just kidding about the deuce part. But we got to just take another break because it's Cepta's day and he's not here. So we got to play another one of his jams. So it's going to be called The 1% Suppresses.
I know there's a million motherfuckers out there that are doper than me. But you know how I know it'll come up? Because I'm humble and I'm good at what I do. Yo, Fifth Element or beginners, music my intervention, easing me out the bullshit, matrix that is mentioned, their racial profiles, yet living is a blessing. I see my mother, my father, my family stressing, the 1% suppressors, trying to infect us, what goes around comes around at the end of the section.
From the cradle to the grave, misbehave, child raised in a cage full of rage, one page, who to blame? I got a big in my hand, rich but still broke, filled without the doctor's prescription of dope. They said I couldn't get into heaven with my dog on a leash, so I walked around and got in through the underground.
Died as a man, resurrected a sound, embedded in your dome piece as the rhythm is found.
Smooth individual, criminal, lyrical, never spit typical, leave your whole crew critical.
The 1% suppressors, they try to infect us. 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 1% is scared that my organized.
At the highest caliber, swinging with Excalibur. Take a sip of water, appreciate it like a traveler. You never know what you got till it's gone, is what I'm telling her. Stay running shit up in here like a manager.
From a man to a man, don't be a Poindexter, Dexter, Masoner, creating without the creation. I'm still debating if I want to be buried or cremated.
As a terrestrial MC, the music in me is often out of this world. Energy's channeling. Working 9 to 5 and live is often challenging. Live life, stay positive, live in LRG.
If it's too much, nudge it back, solve it.
All right, we back at it, man. We back at it again.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, man.
I got the one and only Mike.
Live and direct.
And DJ Lou.
Wake up, what you sleeping for? It's time for you to work, motherfucker, let's go.
And ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Ceptacon. Psych.
Yeah, real MCs never die. Real MCs never
And you know what we're doing this shit for, right, Mike?
Yeah.
We're doing it for one reason.
One reason only.
So how you feeling, Mike? I mean, Cepta didn't show up, man. What are your thoughts?
Oh man, I'm I think we're lacking that energy that he brings, man. I was really looking forward to this. Cepta, I was meeting up with him maybe like once a week, and it's a good time to just philosophize and and get all that stuff off your chest, off your mind, everything you've been thinking about. He's got some great ideas, and it's unfortunate he was unable to make it. I think it sucks he's not here, but he's here in spirit. We got some sound bites, we got some of his music, so the show must go on.
Yes, sir. What do you want to get into, brother?
I just want to get into some facts, man. Just it feels like a lot of these days, people just like to question a lot of facts. But one thing that I just recently, read that I was just kind of thrown back was that even though most Americans speak English in America and the United States, it is not the official national language of the United States. Yeah, man.
How can that be?
How can that be? I do not know. They don't. People are too sensitive, Then people are going to take it to court and try to change it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they do implement a lot of Spanish teaching, and when I went to elementary, and they still do. So I could imagine why. I mean, this country is founded on every other person from different countries coming in, doing their thing, teaching their language. And people refuse to learn English. They're like, fuck that. I learn my language. You got to learn me. If you want to get along with me, you got to learn what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And then, it goes hand in hand. Like, people wonder why, like, we're one of the most obese countries. Like, 1 out of 8 Americans has been employed by McDonald's. So, I mean, that's the fast food right there. 1 out of 8 is a lot when you have over 300 million people.
The fingers you have used to dial are too fat. To obtain a special dialing wand, please mash the keypad with your palm now.
Yeah, Mike!
That's too funny, man. Something else that's pretty crazy is it's actually completely legal for underage kids to smoke cigarettes, but it's illegal for them to purchase them.
What's wrong with that?
No, it's just crazy. You got 15, 16-year-olds smoking cigarettes, and it's completely fine. It's not illegal. What's illegal is the action of purchasing them.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
It is, man. Now it kind of makes more sense on why they target the young kids, man, the juveniles, especially when they're growing up. Get them addicted to that nicotine real quick.
Yeah, the privatized prisons are waiting for you, like we talked with Dan about that shit.
Yeah, man,
Dude's
waiting on
making
that.
Killer money off of that shit. Now, I want to get into... the corporations. Like I read a post earlier that some dude was giving a speech saying, if our company makes lucrative amounts of money, we are not responsible for helping the people that helped us build that possibility, meaning the workers. Basically the model of every greedy corporation out there is, we don't want to share. And do you think that's right or wrong? Because I wanted to ask Cepta when he came in here, because he told me a long time ago he was a socialist, and then I told him at his job, I was like, yo, dude, because I see him every Sunday at work, and I go, yo, dude, are you still a socialist? He's like, well, like, it's not the socialist you think of when I say that. So I wanted him to break that down. But what do you think, Mike, personally? Like, do you think people are obligated to help each other?
Not by any means. No, not at all. I mean, this is a free country, man. You have the freedom to do as you like. I mean, look at all these corporations. They take all their money offshore. I mean, they take it to Swiss bank accounts. They don't want to pay taxes. There's so many loopholes. And, I mean, they're in bed with the lobbyists, man. I mean, these laws are specifically made to help corporations. I mean, look at the Rockefellers. When you start looking at the history, you start understanding that these corporations built this country off slave labor, Do you know
that the slaves, once the slaves were freed, the white man that actually could not do this anymore, this process of slavery. That's why they started creating these privatized prisons. They would sell prisoners to people so that they could make up for the slaves that they didn't have. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
That's a trip, dude.
That is a trip.
Because how else would you replace the slave, the person that was helping you, basically, that was working for free? We have that today. You have the illegal immigrants at Home Depot waiting for someone to swoop them up, pay them half of what they pay a regular dude. They'll work for anything, man. These people are hungry.
Dude, money buys anything. You bring up the prisons. Well, I believe in China and maybe some other Asian countries, what they do is, you need a kidney, right? Well, you got somebody doing life in prison, right? They got a few of them. They got 5 of them. So they line them up. They shoot them in the head, kill them all with one bullet, and they have doctors right on the site ready to just carve them up and take out all the organs so that way they could sell it.
Were they doing that in China?
China, bro. Yeah, man.
They were selling the body parts
from the prisoners.
Yeah,
yeah,
online.
just killing them.
You need a liver? All right, I got you, man.
Gotcha. You got 100K? All right, wire that shit up.
I'm just so surprised how someone's figured out how to remove it from another body
and implant it into another.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then make it work like it's no thing. That's insane, man.
I think what's even more insane is that we're creating this just from cells. Now we're at a point where we could probably create. I don't know. They probably have created a human. Who knows?
Talking about cells, I was reading a link the other day about how cell phones they're like microwaves, you know, and they Alex Jones actually I was listening to, and the phone is like a microwave, so the cells begin to like vibrate or something, and they begin to split, and that's how cancer is created. So there's these cell phones. A lot of people are starting to wake up and see that, you know, the best thing to do is turn it on airplane mode so that it's not working while you're asleep. And whenever you're walking around and stuff, just put it on airplane mode, because same thing that went down when the police officers were using the radar gun, talking about like the last show we did with Dan.
Yeah.
The radar guns, you know, they carry things in them that can give you cancer, and a lot of dudes are getting cancer in their nuts that were cops because they kept, after you use the radar
See
gun,
how fast I get a boner.
you're on a motorcycle and you keep the radar gun by your crotch because you know there's no other place to put it.
Damn.
And a lot of dudes are getting cancer in their nuts.
Damn,
True
that's
story.
not good. That is not good whatsoever.
Mike,
what's up? You must be bored over there. Keep pushing that button.
I just like my new button, man. And what do y'all feel about Cepta being on the show? Wait, he ain't here. I tried, dude, but we got another surprise for y'all. Are you guys ready? Mike, what can this surprise possibly be?
Man, you have me stumped. What is it?
Take a wild guess. What could it be?
The governor of California.
Wrong. It's another song by UT. We'll be right back after these words.
Hey, yo, what up, my people? Hey, yo, this is dedicated to each and every one of y'all. To all my followers, to all my crew, to all my fam. What's up? Revolution.
Making contact with you, but you can feel my vibe inside. I keep on flowing like the riptide, pulling you in with the current. I hope you observing the show as it begins. We start to part the curtains, it's unnerving. Looking at y'all hitting with precision of a surgeon. I keep on rhyming with addiction, my compositions be uplifting, trying to keep the transmission as I start giving it to you, giving you the truth, spitting to the youth. I'm not really sure, cause I'm beginning this, I do what I wanna do, what I can be, living out my fantasy. I never plan to be in this world, but I'ma do my best, spitting out my rhymes from LA to Budapest. You wonder who was next in the battle for conquest. We step up and you plead no contest.
Concept, soldier of perception, here to come and uproot the meaning of deception. Tried to find my inner roots for me to go and build up, not showing in cahoots, because good and evil seems to form like a blend. It's got me wondering, maybe it's something that I couldn't begin to comprehend in this world of deception. I try to remain cool, calm, and collective, remain selective in who I vibe with. This life is anything that I want it to be, so I gotta make a quantum leap and see that anything is possible, it's all within me. You gotta realize, just to recognize that anything or everything is actually a reason, and it helps you grow for you to know your real potential and excel.
Yeah. Shout out to Ceptacon, DJ Humble. What it do, man? I got the incredible. I got the buddy I always wanted on my side, Mike.
Yeah, live and direct. Let's do this, Lou.
And the one and only DJ Lou.
Yeah.
What you sleeping for? It's time for you to work, motherfucker. Let's go.
Which album is that off of?
That's the True album. The Real Ugly End.
The Real Ugly End.
I want to make a
All
sequel
right.
to that. I got crazy beats lined up. I got crazy material that I'm trying to push. Welcome back to the show. We want to get into this, the music itself in general, you know, how powerful it is and the influence that it has on people. And a lot of things that go down in life because of music. It's all about interpretations. I really feel like if you interpret something as real, like music, gangster rap, you become that. You know, people talk like they do in the music, and it sucks that it's been flipped around where mainstream has taken over, and you got puppets running the game, doing what they're told for a piece of paper, bro.
Then they got you taking pictures, throwing it at that West Side.
Right. I'm thinking when I said that, I was thinking like Justin Bieber. Like they give a dude a lot of cash, and like money is what, dude? It's like endless amounts of open doors. You know what I'm saying? I just put up a post recently, like the key to opening doors is the message, and there's gonna be locked doors everywhere we go. And it wasn't in that wording, but I'm trying to remember it. So, Mike, what about your music, bro? Like, you haven't made music in a minute, but we're gonna do a new collaboration on the album. Obviously, you're gonna be my right hand man on this track.
Yeah,
on
bro,
this album.
definitely pumped for that. Yeah, the reason I stopped doing music, I did a few tracks. I actually recorded about 3 tracks. Did them one day, you know, just in the garage, real raw. But yeah, I started like kind of posting it up, put it on YouTube, and the feedback I was getting was. I don't want to say it was negative. It was just kind of more like, hey, are you okay? And I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, it's like people forget that, you know, it's entertainment, it's music. Like you're an artist, you know, that kind of like if you're painting something, you're just expressing your emotions. But some people, you know, they don't know how to take it. But yet those same people could listen to some fucking Tupac, some Snoop Dogg, glorifying gangster ass shit. You know,
check this out. This
you
is
know, so it's kind of like a double standard.
This is a gem that IlCap made me, and I added a little intro to it. Let me know what you think. Personally.
Let me see.
Attention, citizens. Please stay tuned for a message from our tyrannical dictator.
Fucking mean. Can't wait to eat on this shit, dude. So it's called Dictator, and I was thinking about sampling Obama in the beginning. So once it goes off again, let me run it back.
Attention, citizens. Please stay tuned for a message from our tyrannical dictator.
So I was gonna have Obama be like, "We the American people, people. We got to trust us." You know what I'm saying? And I come in, I'd be like, "Yo." Something like, if I was a dictator, I'd change the whole game. I switch shit around, and who's the one to blame? The ones that start the war. Corporations need more and more. Straight greedy, not needing us. They bust guns and let us die on the streets. So I grab a IlCap beat and we'll defeat with my mind state. Mike, jump on the rhyme, man.
Yeah, cause they out for the money and the spoils of the war. Out here in store, they declaring, not over here physically impairing the governments, the structure. I'm out to puncture your lungs, take away your oxygen. Then again, I'm out here to see bloody red splattering all over the walls. That's how it is, leave you appalled. This is how it is in 2014. This is the American dream, so you better be on the team that got the snipers with the Blackwater XE. What you know about the reality of war? What's in store is tyranny.
Have you in tears, you're feeling me, stop. So look, that's one thing we're doing right there. So you could already feel the energy, bro. It's fucking bouncing off the walls.
Nice
right
little
now,
freestyle sesh, man. I haven't done that in a minute.
So let's check this one out right here. This is more of an emotional one, but the idea of this one is to basically break down what it takes to be a leader like Martin Luther King, who put his life on the line. It's called Cost of Life.
Love is the only thing that can save this poor creature. And I am going to convince him that he is loved even at the cost of my own life.
I'm right back.
Yeah.
Come on. So the whole concept of this one I was thinking of is breaking down how even Martin Luther King, who protested, there was black people that hated Martin Luther King because they thought he was Uncle Tom. And he still put his life on the line to make a difference, even though he had hatred on him.
He believed in his idea, man.
Malcolm X was killed by black people, and he stood up for black people. This is why this song is going to be such a it's going to be a hit, bro. Listen to that intro.
Love is the only thing that can save this poor creature. And I am going to convince him that he is loved even at the cost of my own life.
It's for MLK, huh? Yeah, this for Malcolm X, jail. Cesar Chavez, man, yeah. Ron Paul, check. Hey yo, this one's going out to those who put it on the line. They put their hearts, they mind, and every fucking time cats get blasted, assassinated for what? So some motherfuckers could make a little fucking buck? Fuck that. Yo, I speak for all of the people. I put my heart on the line. We ain't equal. Check it. This the top of the line on the pyramid with pyramid schemes. Have you living these dreams? Thinking that it's cool to have 20-inch rims? Get the fuck up out of that bullshit, kid. Listen, Lieutenant Mike in the spot. We grabbing the mic and it's hot when we rockin' the spot. Check it.
Yeah, cause every day I clock in, I'm steadily reminded that I'm here to win. My patience wearing thin with this customer service. These people got me on edge, they got me a little nervous. Threatening my wages, they got me back to a stage where I'm at the poverty line. I'm out here trying to combine my thirst for passion and my fashion. I'm out here maxing out my credit cards, getting my interest, my debt with no regrets. But then again I set my goals, I'm out here to stroll as I patrol the streets. I'm looking for a competitive beat. A market got Lou on the team, so now we making our American dreams.
Sick of this rage, this minimum wage is fucking got me a cage and stuck in this cage. I can't bear witness to stand like a man. I'm trying to figure my plan, delivering with one hand. I'm that MC on a podcast, trying to be something that I never see, like I'm living free, but that's not true. I'm still living in a bubble, looking for trouble, cause I'm a fucking crazy man.
Yeah,
a radical, going crazy with this shit. That's not no fucking magical trip. I'm feeling the grip, I'm feeling like I'm losing this grip, I'm losing this trip, I'm losing this lip.
Yeah, cause combined we got the message to bridge the gap. That's how it is, you gotta avoid the trap set up by your own government, your people. You think you're equal? Constitution, that's just a paper. Man, let's go up and try to savor what's better out of the justice. It's just another miscarriage. Yo, who you trust this system? Man, you better listen, get correct, cause out here we just here to inspect and never neglect the intelligence of truth, because that's the problem with this fucked up youth. Listening to all these corrupted mainstream acts, man, get to the motherfucking back.
Yeah, and enough with the tax, enough of calling me a wetback. I'm just a dude like you, trying to live it true, trying to gain more momentum. I'm in this again, Lieutenant, man, listen, I'm about to spit it in your eardrum. Make sure you hear, son, make sure it's clear, we won. Like Bob Marley, live life, love life, rip life. Get it, get your paycheck too. I ain't against money, but I'm not getting wrapped up like a mummy. See, it doesn't make me smile. You know what makes me smile? Just being a ghetto child and being able to talk with my peeps. Check it.
Yeah, that's how it is, man.
Dude, this is gonna be killer. So that's one beat I got right there.
Legit.
I got tons, bro, but check this one out. This one's called Reprogram.
Reprogram?
Yeah. Oh, actually hold on a second. I found some shit on the Twilight Zone. I want you to hear.
I love the Twilight Zone, man. That's one of my favorite
It's gonna go with the beat. Watch.
Are you sure? Quite sure. We've cleared it with the White House. All right. It seems that one of the craft has just landed a few blocks away. One of the representatives of the visitors is apparently on his way to this building.
Now? Call the wire service. Give me a direct feed, now.
It appears that he has requested an audience with the General Assembly.
That's correct.
In a few moments, we'll reassemble in the... Good Lord.
Yo, check. That's a little introduction I'm gonna try to figure out how to do. What do you think?
I like it, man.
I would ask you all to be patient.
It's gonna be a great album, man. I love the things about your albums. You know, you can put it in there, just let it play. I love all the little things that you do to make sure that the album's, you know,
thank you,
it's legit, bro. I like that. So
I try to let it roll in together, but people, like I was telling my boy over the phone, I think my CD was made to go all the way through. You play it from start to end, and it just slides through. Every song is just one after the next. There's no pausing. There's like introductions and stuff. But people don't use CDs anymore. It's all about uploading shit in. Let me see if I can find this bit real quick.
You said so yourself, Jeff.
Throw them out or dismantle them. But
dismantle? Thousands of intricate things, automata, bills.
You have memory. It's like a computer.
Much more than that.
It's like a computer.
I have supplied each one with a memory of its own. Each one can recount to you in detail everything. Janet, you remember all these things. You've got to remember them.
Why should I remember them? Because you fed them to me, didn't you?
She said you fed them to me. Yeah, reprogram. 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 She says I'm a robot in the song. She's like, I've been programmed. Hey yo, you're programmed. Come on. Hey yo, you're programmed. So basically I'm trying to teach people like you've been brainwashed type shit, you know what I mean?
That's pretty much the reality of it.
It's like you're under a spell, you're living in hell, you can't get out, there's nowhere you dwell, you're fucked up in a well, you're stuck in, you can't find your mind. Tunnel vision, man, listen, Lieutenant, I'm back, inventing the rap, inventing shit to make you fucking wanna snap. Back at this government, yeah, come on, get on the mic, are you loving it? Let me hear something, come with it, no doubt, Lieutenant gon' sprout, I'm from the bottom under the ground. Sprouting like roots, coming with the underground boots, banging on the fucking beat drum. Here it come, yo, I'm Godzilla, motherfucker, coming real hardcore like no other. Spit it for my brothers out in the streets that wanna make a difference. Ain't nobody gonna change it but us. It's nuts, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts, so you better plug in and connect. Go and learn to erect yourself to the system. First you better listen, go and observe. Now what we're gonna do is just get this nanotechnology to your nerves. That's how it is, superb with the herb that got your mind twisted. You think that you're gifted? Man, my next move ain't listed. Just like the government subliminally putting stuff in my Scientology, my sci-fi movies, fucking with me, trying to get my mind to remind to these types of tyrant.
Dude, this beat is hard,
yeah,
man.
I like this shit,
I like
man.
the rhythm. I like this. It's like you're under a spell, you can't climb out. You're right. Hey, UFC's gotta have that push. You're like a da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum. I mean, fuck. I got
break the code.
I got ideas for days with these beats. Dude. What do you think?
Man.
What do you think? Illcat beats.
Man, those are the first time I hear all three of them. I'm loving them, man. I want to get some more time on those right there. Shit.
I got about 8 of them, but
Man,
here's another one
bro.
right here. This one's called Backlash.
Backlash. Oh, I got some lyrics for this.
I wanted to write about like protesting. Like, this reminds me of like dudes out there protesting, and here comes the police with their pepper spray, with their tanks and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
actually, I want to touch on that subject since we're on it. You know, the Occupy Wall Street movement. Recently, I was reading an article that people who are well connected to them actually paid off $4 million in student loans for random people, which I thought was pretty amazing, man. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Like they I believe they raised about $100,000, and they were able to work out $4 million worth of debt to get paid off for just random people, man. Paying off their student loans. That's fucking awesome, man. That's what's
People
up.
need help, man.
I mean, there's over $1 trillion in student loans, and the thing is, like, even if you declare bankruptcy, you know, you still got to pay.
You can't declare bankruptcy.
No, you can declare bankruptcy, but the student loan, you still got to pay it, or they'll garnish your wages, take your taxes.
So what's the point?
Exactly, right?
Check this one out. This one's gonna be a hit right here.
Let's see.
I'm gonna sample the Beastie Boys. Already got the song. It goes like this. You gotta fight. You gotta fight for your right. Yo, it's a war on your mind. So like an Asian war on your mind, like a robotic woman, something like that. Yeah, a war for your mind. I'm basically gonna talk about how like it's a tug of war. Like we're fighting a huge monster, mainstream media, with Justin Bieber's and Nicki Minaj's and Drake's and Lil Wayne's and these motherfuckers are winning like 100 or 0. You know what I'm saying? We're getting our asses whooped.
This is the problem though, is that they're on the larger scale. Like there's still people we got to battle with within our own communities.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Even like people who probably be listening to this and just hating.
Fuck them. It's not. That's not even the point. Like,
no, it's not the point. The point I'm trying to make though is that it's bigger than that scale. I get what you're saying, but we still got to start, locally, man. How you feeling about, people just, fucking not inconveniencing themselves for you, but yeah, you inconvenience yourself for them. You know what I'm saying?
It's a bummer, but we can't rely on people. We have to rely on ourselves. People that are really dedicated.
Is it a problem with society in general, or what do you think, man? You think it's something in the water?
It's a case by case scenario, bro.
I agree.
It's about the discipline and implementing discipline into people that You know, people are against police and all that. Dude, I learned what the police learn. They learn a skill for the rest of their lives. How to survive, how to protect themselves. When in trouble, what do you do? Do you freeze up? Do you react? What is your...
Split-second decision, man.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to say right there, man. But, yeah, dude, this was fun. Let's take another quick break. Let's throw some Ceptacon beats on real quick, or song. Let's see what we got here. What's one of your favorite Cepta jams?
Occupy. Which one's
oh yeah, I got that.
Yeah, that one right there.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Organize, occupy, unify, and challenge mythical religions, quoting Bible verses dampened with indoctrination, corporate dogma as it happens. If God is a man and corporates are the people, I never seen a corporation tried for all its evil. I never seen a man of God claiming that he's peaceful. Politicians murder in the name of God, from the Gaza Strip to the US dollars dropping bombs. If your dollar goes to war, we all go to war. No money for education, not enough to feed the poor. Rethink a strategy, rethink our life, rethink our ego and who we are and why. We don't need a revolution, evolution of the mind. We don't need to wait for change, you create it, now's the time. The 1% is scared that we might organize as community with unity and uprise. Occupy LA, occupy Oakland, occupy Louisiana, rivers to the oceans. Occupy Brazil, Syria and Argentina, Mexico, Egypt, Libya, Tanzania, Philippines, China, Japan and North Korea. Occupy Bolivia, Colombia, Costa Rica, Haiti, Peru, El Salvador and Guatemala, Uganda, Palestine, Yemen and Botswana.
Set up camp on this land that's paid by my labor. Illegal taxes collected from me and my neighbor. Label us the problem, but the structure's the traitor. Police will follow orders from some words on a paper. Frightening how the upper echelon is guiding. They infiltrate the movement since the people organizing. Physically remove us, a scheme allows and permits a fabric designed to make a few people rich. Need credit, insurance, consume goods or you're worthless. Television programs tries replacing all cultures. Occupied land in which we live. Expose the hidden hands, plans, it can never win. Arab Spring, now the uprising is starting. Egypt's takeover to the peeps in Sakati. Oakland, LA, Santa Ana, and Orange County. Philly, Boston, Mexico City, the world's rising. Occupy your towns, occupy your homes, occupy the airwaves, you are not alone. Occupy your neighborhood, occupy your fates. Occupy your life until you see the pearly gates. Occupy your state of mind, occupy your time. Occupy the revolution, breaking the design. Occupy your lives until you occupy a grave. Cease to occupy the chains, refuse to be a slave.
It's time to celebrate all our differences, cause it's love that I make and you make. Start feeling it, tired of the system. Too many prisons, not enough teachers, too much police, too much warring, not enough peace. Banks enslave us through the debt, break free. We don't need fame and fortune, we need cures for disease. It's time to recreate and make a change. Start loving my brothers to my sisters, no hate. Racism and classism divides and separates. Open your eyes and see that you are what you create. Many ask me if I'm voting in this election. I vote Dr. King and Malcolm's resurrection. I vote Colosio and Che Guevara's perspective, breaking me free beyond the annals of deception. Unmasked terror, it's learning in the present. Woo! Occupy LA, occupy Oakland.
Too much knowledge.
Yeah, shout out to Cepta, man.
Yeah, let me pause it real quick because we're going back in. Now we're done. Got it. Yes. All right, cool. Let's record again. Keep it flowing. Wow, shout outs to Ceptacon.
Shout outs to the boy Cepta, man. That's the homie right there.
Wait, I gotta do it right. Shout out to Cepta.
Yeah.
I really loved that mixtape they made, dude. I love the beats on it. Pulse Reaction made those. Awesome, dude. And
yeah, shout out to Pulse Reaction as well.
Monolithic and Cepta were actually on some collaborations, and it was cool back then. Man, time's flying, dude.
Yeah, it is. It is flying, man.
Is time real? It's just to keep us balanced and check, right?
Well, I mean,
get your ass up, go to work.
Yeah, clock in,
Yeah.
clock out. You're a minute late.
All right, dude. Well, let's get back into the mix here. Man, those beats are fun to rap on.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to IllCap.
IllCap on the track.
Yeah, dope. IllCap. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun project, man. I'm definitely gonna look forward to that. So what's up? Any future guests in mind that people might be able to look forward to?
Next week we've got the constitutionalist James coming in.
Oh, beautiful. You know, yesterday was Constitution Day.
No way.
Yeah. Also known as Citizenship Day.
I think it was the greatest piece of paper put down, dude. Think about over in England how, things are completely different. You can't even carry a weapon or a gun. If you have a knife, people are stabbing each other, and the crime rate's even higher over there because they don't have no guns to defend themselves.
Yeah, man. It's, a lot of people, they forget how blessed they are to be in this country, man. I mean, it's a blessing to be just alive in general. But, yeah, we do have a lot of rights that people tend to take for granted, I would say, But then again, it kind of goes hand in hand with you have the freedom, so you are going to have the idiots out there,
Yeah, all day.
Because all day, the freedom of speech, man. I mean, it's a good thing, but some people just they don't know when to shut up, man, or they don't know when to stop commenting on a post.
I'm that way. I can't shut my mouth sometimes.
Troll.
But I also take into account that I might not be right, and that's the problem with. I think if we can come down to that, teach people like we're not always right. Because I don't even know what right is. Like, it's just my perspective of what I think is best.
Well, you've learned what right is, but according to somebody. You know what I mean? So.
But again, like, think about it. Music tells us what's right. Go out there and fuck some bitches. Right? Go get drunk. Go drive your car on Friday night and get hammered and forget where you were when you wake up. Like, what kind of a message is that? I mean, I really take this shit seriously, and I fully believe I can change it back to the way it was. I think.
You know what the funniest thing is, though, is that like all these people that are making these hits, like they have ghostwriters.
Right.
Like people writing their lyrics, like.
Oh yeah,
man, it's garbage.
It is garbage.
It's garbage.
Why is it acceptable in our ears, in our music industry? Why is this being pushed down our throats?
Well, what happens is that all the media outlets, they groom these stars since they're very little. A lot of these, come from the Disney Channel.
Yeah, and who were the people?
Spears,
who were the
Christina
people that were
Aguilera.
working for the Disney? Was it like Disney? The kids, they were back in the day. Britney Spears, Justin,
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, and now they're the role models of our society. And who's next? Miley Cyrus. She was also on the Disney.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm telling you is that they pretty much control them since they're young. Even like goes back to like Amanda Bynes, actors, actresses, everything, bro. I mean, Nickelodeon. They start out somewhere and then boom, they're out here. But remember is that they're on contract, so technically they're not free.
Again, money is the root of all evil, bro.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with sponsors. If people want to offer you money to say something on the show, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I made this classic song right now and nobody's picked it up yet.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
I don't know why. I thought it was pretty good.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
I had my own orchestra and everything. But no, dude, I wouldn't sign, bro. And it sounds crazy, like, what? You're fucking lying. You're full of shit. Like, you would definitely sign. But no, I wouldn't. I'm telling you, I wouldn't, because I don't know what money will do to me. Like, I was just listening to Joe Rogan on the way over here to the show, and they were talking about doing DMT, and it really opens your mind on a, what is it called, a deeper trip.
Yeah.
And I was telling myself, would I ever try that? Like, is it worth it? Like, will I freak the fuck out? Because you know what happened with me and you when we went to the Snoop Dogg concert.
Yeah.
We never talked about that, but I like to talk about it right now because I have so much respect for you for, I think what you didn't know at the time, though, was you were peer pressuring me, and I was just like, I have so much respect for Mike, and I trust him. Let me try this. And you gave me a little chocolate that had some marijuana in it, and I flipped the fuck out.
It was an edible. Yeah, one of those was, it was pretty intense.
I never got to tell you the background story of it. The night before, I was working on a song, and I was supposed to get rest. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to a concert tomorrow with Mike. I should probably get some rest. But I got into this beat, and I couldn't stop making a song, so I didn't go to sleep till like 4 in the morning. I kid you not. And we had to meet up like around 5 p.m., right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's enough time for sleep. But no, I had to wake up early. I don't know what happened. I had to wake up early for something. So then I drove over to your pad, and then I'm chilling in your pad, and I'm lifting the weights in your garage. So I'm lifting these weights, burning myself out even more. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, really. So then I'm thinking me and you are gonna just roll in your ride, just me and you to the concert in San Diego.
Yeah.
Fucking, was that an hour drive or something?
Like an hour and a half. Yeah, it was a while, man.
So then I see your pops and your mom, and
it was like casino.
Yeah, and we're all gonna be rolling. I'm like, oh cool, I'm gonna be sitting in the back seat. All right, no problem, no biggie. So we get in there, and then the new smell of a car. I don't know why I get sick. I don't know why, but the new smell of a car, I start getting dizzy. So then we pick up your aunt, and then she's got like this perfume on, and it's making me even more dizzy, dude. I'm like fucking getting ready to puke and shit. I'm like, oh fuck. So I roll down the window, a little crack, and I cracked it. The air's blowing in. I'm just chilling. I'm like, all right, this is getting better. Feeling a little bit better now. Let's do this, Mike. So we go into the casino. We get some grub. We got some burgers. Yeah, that grub was
bomb, man.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah,
we were chilling. The energy was there, dude. We get out to see the concert. Fuck, the vibe is great, dude. I think that's when you offered me the chocolate. I ate the chocolate, and then all of a sudden, yeah, dude, everyone's going crazy.
Lights out.
The crowd's cheering because Snoop Dogg gets out.
That motherfucker took a while, right?
He did.
That motherfucker.
And I remember the music they were playing was really bizarre because it reminded me of like Roman Empire stuff. Like they made it sound like he was a god. The way they were playing this introduction music. Let's see if I have something that could match it.
Like something epic. It was about, yeah, I hear you.
It was like, no, it wasn't like that. It was like, let's see, this one? No, it was really weird. It was like I know I have something in here.
I'm about to Google it. Snoop Dogg intro.
No. Yeah, so back to the story though. We were sitting there, and all of a sudden, like, I could not get out of my chair, dude. And a lot of people don't know, we were surrounded by dudes from like Compton and Long Beach.
Yeah, there's a lot of hood people out there.
A lot of mean-looking dudes, but everyone was cool.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I remember
chill.
I just got really stoned though. Like I was just so high, I could not get out of my seat. And
Snoop Dogg
gets out. Everyone's screaming. The speakers are ridiculous.
And people are gonna be like, "Hey, you guys talking shit on all this mainstream media and blah blah."
What
you
going
out? What you doing? Well, to free fucking tickets, man. Free tickets. I'm there.
And I never been to a Snoop Dogg concert. I wanted to check it out. I was offered to go. I went. It was cool. It was a trip to hear Snoop Dogg singing Nate Dogg songs.
Yeah, bro. My first like rap album was like Doggy Style. I probably shouldn't have been listening to that at the age I was listening to. But you know what? That was one of those CDs you could just put in and let it. Till this day, man, I could recite that shit. Yeah, that's why I know how it could have it. But at the same time, I understood, reality from like fake shit,
Yeah, and when he was singing the Nate Dogg songs, he was singing Nate Dogg songs, not rapping, singing. And I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever to hear Snoop Dogg singing Nate Dogg songs.
Like just playing tribute, man. Nate Dogg's one of my favorite, bro. I'm on Nate Dogg. I'm on his channel on Pandora all the time, man.
So I'm super stoned, and I'm bumping into gangsters that are walking up the stairs because we were right by the aisle.
We were drinking too, right?
You brought some brew, yeah.
We were getting some brews too.
People were walking up the stairs and bumping into me, big old thug-looking dudes, and like I'm like a high idiot. I'm in a stairway. People are walking up the stairs. I'm supposed to be sitting on the bleachers, and I'm in the middle of the stairway, bobbing my head to Snoop Dogg, and we're just grooving. But I'm so out of my brain, not to mention wearing basketball shorts and a thin sweater in freezing cold temperatures in the middle of a desert. So my body starts to get really, really cold, and I'm freaking out like, dude, I feel like I'm about to faint. The music's so loud I can't even talk to Mike because it's so loud. I'm like trying to figure out what am I going to do. I'm about to faint right here in front of everyone. I'm going to be one of them people like at a Michael Jackson concert who has to be carried away by paramedics like a dumbass. So I run downstairs. I go to the porta potty. Is that what it's called? Porta potty?
Porta potty.
Porta potty. I call it a porta potty. And I'm chilling in the porta potty, and I'm like trying to take a piss, and I can't go piss, so I run back up there, and Mike's still rocking out to the beat, and I'm like, Mike's looking at me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretending like I'm back with it. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. And I'm like, I'm gonna faint. I run back downstairs. I go back into the porta potty. I'm like, this is crazy, dude. I'm fucking stoned out of my mind, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's just pretty intense, huh?
Yeah. So then me and Mike she's like, all right, let's get out of here. Then Lou, you're out of it. So we go into the casinos, and Mike's walking like 65 miles per hour. I'm like trying to keep up with this dude, and he's running around the casino, and I'm chasing. I'm like literally trying to keep up with him, and I'm just like tired as it is. So I throw a little tantrum. I'm like, yo, Mike, I'm fucking tired, dude. I need to sleep. He's like, what? We just got here, man. I'm like, yo, I'm tired though, dude. Like, we need to like let me sleep. And he's like, dude, my girl's out partying. I'm over here with you. I'm like, yo, Mike, listen, bro. If I fucking die right now, it's because of you. So let me get my sleep. And I'm like, call your mom. And he's like, all right, I'll call her. And I'm like, are you calling her? He's like, yeah. So I'm like literally about to faint, and this dude's, I'm like staring at him all pissed off because I'm so tired. I really don't like doing that to people. I don't like people feeling uncomfortable, but I felt like I'm about to literally
you were just sad. I remember when you even hit my pad, I was like, damn, you look like you had a rough day, man.
So yeah, on the way back, check this out. You're skipping some things. On the way back, we're sitting in the car, and I got the window rolled down, and I feel like Mike and his family is gonna assassinate me and throw me in the desert.
Why would you think that, man? You were on a good one,
dude. I was tripping balls.
Something else, man. Shit. What else was you on that night?
You know, the dark desert. I'm picturing me out in the middle of nowhere, stranded, stabbed a couple times by Mike's aunt because she set this up.
You made me leave early, motherfucker.
Hey, but your aunt ended up winning some money.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank God. Yeah, that was a good trip right there. You got to win and leave, right? Win and leave.
Yeah, so that was an event I'll never forget, and I always wanted to talk to you about it. I always felt like I should have said something, man, because it was just so awkward.
No, I could see you in distress, bro. I knew it was, and I know that's not your type of thing, man. So, I knew it was a pretty intense. It was called a hubby bar.
Yeah,
they made. Yeah, dude.
It was really cool. I just wish you would have never gave me that little tiny bit of time. And it was small. It wasn't that big.
Yeah, man.
That was good times, man.
It was probably like a third of a Kit Kat bar individually. Yeah.
Yeah. People are gonna make fun of me for forever for that. But
you know what? Those were good times when we were still back at the studio on top of the liquor store.
Yeah, we've grown.
Yeah, where we could hear the ding ding every time somebody would walk in and walk out. We're like, we got to take another take, man. We got to take another take.
Black people are gonna get mad when I say this, but when black people walked in and went, niggas. Fuck you, Lou, you racist. Nah, I was just talking about Don't Be a Menace, one of the funniest movies ever. I just had to bring that in there, and I'm not racist. I love my black peeps.
Yeah, man. That was a good spot, man. The dopest shit about that spot was 24 hours.
Yeah, we go in whenever we want. That was just
the dopest shit. I remember one time we'd see the sunrise sometimes. You know, we're just in the studio, you know.
I remember somebody actually robbed that motherfucker.
What?
You
the liquor store?
You were the one that told me that you read, that it was recently robbed.
Oh, yeah, that liquor store. Yeah, they got robbed while we were still renting on the top of that shit.
Two dudes walked in with sawed-off shotguns or something like that.
That's right,
that could have been us in there, dude, just buying a brew.
We could have, man. We could have, bro. And that's the thing I tell people, like, you know, the crime rate, you know, it's crazy everywhere. You know, you just got to look out for yourself, man. You know, what do you do? Actually, I just read an article recently. There was this guy that pretty much murdered this guy in a bakery, you know, at like 7:30 in the afternoon. This was like last year. Just walks in, just shoots the guy multiple times in the back. And, that guy's getting sentenced pretty soon. But I'm glad they caught that motherfucker, man.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? I always find it amazing how they catch people because, like we were talking about.
Well, this guy was on video, bro. That's the thing is that people carry out all these sorts of things being on video. You know, it's crazy. I mean, there's bank robberies every day. They just don't. The media doesn't really tell you about it. But if you look online, you know, there's banks getting robbed daily almost. It seems like.
And you said banks?
Banks, yeah, banks all the time.
I always find it funny how we're in the ghetto. Like, you know, I cruise around some friend's house and there's like 4 banks around these ghettos, you know, filled with cash. And there's people that can't even make their rent. They have to eat 99-cent GMO cheeseburgers that have signs on their windows that say chemicals are known to be in this food that may cause cancer.
Yep, or deformities in your kid. Yeah, I know. We willingly buy that and pay for that shit. It's crazy.
Do we really have a choice, Mike? You know, we're living tight, bro.
We do have a choice, and I know people are gonna hate me for that, but it's just a strict diet, man. Like, I disagree with that. I usually get one of those for every show. So,
no, they're more like this.
Suck, Mike.
Now Mike is legendary.
Hey man, I just like giving all points of views, you know. I would counter by saying this, you know what, just try fucking eating less, you know, drink some water.
That's real talk. You know why?
No, it is.
Because our stomachs are the size of our fists.
Yeah.
They're not that big, dudes.
I've always told people, and I feel like this is the biggest conspiracy, is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, I just feel like you don't need to eat these huge portions every fucking day. If you look at how long it takes for food to break down and be digested, you know, in our stomachs, like it takes like a day, maybe more, you know. So
let's talk about food then. You know, when you eat McDonald's food and you realize you're hungry,
I feel like shit, man. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah. Okay, let's break it down from the very beginning. You open this, you unwrap this thing. First of all, you pay $1 for it.
But it smells so good.
It smells so good.
Oh, you walk in.
You open it out the wrapper. It's filled with grease. You're looking at it. You're like,
put extra condiments on it, more ketchup.
This looks good. So you take a bite. Oh my God! All these senses in your mouth and your brain are just like, this tastes great. I'm gonna keep eating it. And then you're done eating it. You're satisfied.
And you're
right. You're satisfied. You finish eating it. Suddenly, you realize in an hour, maybe even 2, you're hungry again. Why? Because the food you ate wasn't food. It wasn't real. It wasn't organic. It wasn't the food that your body loves. It was fake.
It was tricked.
What is it called? It was artificial. It was not a real hamburger.
And you're right. How do you get away from this? And I argue, you know, it's kind of like the...
I go to Tommy Burgers where the beef patty is 100% beef patty.
Yeah, I mean, I've reduced my places to a few places, and they still might even have those signs up. Pollo Loco is one of them, I think. I like eating there. Flame broiler.
What do you get at El Pollo Loco?
Usually just like a pollo bowl. You know?
I get 2 chicken legs and I get the crunchy taco.
Ah, there you go, bro. This is what I try to do. If you go to a mom and pop shops, it's more than likely maybe the food's gonna be a little bit better, but it costs more. I understand that. You know what I mean? But I go to In-N-Outs. Sometimes I just get. I'm broke, so I just get the burger, no cheese, because you know it's 35 cents extra, and get the cup of water. You know, and skip on the fries. The thing is that people think they could eat anything and look like a model, and that is not true.
Right, I hear you. So back to the whole food concept, though. You need to put in vegetables in your body. If you actually tried this, get some broccoli, get some veggies.
Yeah.
Eat them really fast.
Help.
Eat them as fast as you can. Try to get rid of all of them. You'll see how fast you get full. You won't be able to finish all of them.
And they're great for you, man. You know,
that's
it might
what I'm
give
saying.
you a little bit of gas.
Your body is actually telling you, I'm really full. And you haven't even eaten that much because it's real food. When you eat this McDonald's and stuff, why do you keep stuffing these fries in your mouth? Why do you want the extra large fry? Because it's not enough. You keep eating it. Your mind is telling you to keep eating, even though your body is full.
One of my weaknesses, Doritos, nacho cheese, the original ones. Man, you buy a big bag of those, you eat one, man, you just, okay, this is the last one I'm going to get. And you put the bag up, you know, you grill it up, put that shit away, and you're just thinking about it like, oh, I need one more Dorito.
It's so crucial that we realize
scientists engineer this shit. They know your taste buds. They know what the brain triggers it. It's like cocaine. There was actually a video that I seen where they show how your brain is triggered with sugar and cocaine, and it's almost similar. And that's why we were talking about addictions at the beginning of the show. It could be anything these days. Food could be an addiction, you know?
Yes, sir.
You ever watch those documentaries where, you know, people just have these, you know, people eat weird shit, or I don't know, they just have weird addictions. But, you know, to each their own. As long as they're not trying to steal from me or try to ask for my money, we good.
What do you feel about, I saw a post from DJ Humble about a kid who was younger than him asking for money, and DJ Humble's like, fuck you, get a job, dude. I'm working, they're hiring where I'm at. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think if you're physically able, you know, to work, I mean, there's really no, this is how I look at it, you know, oh, there's no jobs. This is what my father told me as great advice. He told me, look, if you really want to work, work's there. He's like, you show up somewhere, you get a broom, you start sweeping. You let them know, like, hey, I'm here. You're not even paying me. I'm not even employed by you. But look, I'm working. I'm making shit happen.
Like, sir, we don't need your help. No, I want to sweep. Sir, leave the store, but I'm sweeping.
Well, it's just a metaphor. You know what I mean?
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
But it is. And that's what my father told me. My father told me, he's like, man, don't make excuses. You're making excuses. You're already cutting yourself out of the loop, you know? But, yeah, I feel like I see illegal immigrants selling oranges, selling flowers, whatever it is, off of the exit. Hustlers, man. It's the thing is that this is what I feel is happening, is that we're living in a day and age where this generation is just so used to going to mommy or daddy. I want McDonald's. Here you go, son. I want a laptop. Here you go, son. I want an iPhone. Here you go. So they're just so used to asking and getting what they want that they think they could ask fucking regular, normal people out in public for money or food, and they think they're going to get it. And I think a little bit, how was this kid dressed? I mean, was he poor? Did he look like he was struggling? I mean, there's also other things you got to take into consideration. I mean, if I see somebody and they look like they're down and out, like I have invited people like, all right, you hungry? Come here. I got you for a burger, bro.
That's what's up.
You know, or hey, I have an orange. And there's been times where, you know, I have an orange or, you know, a banana or extra water in my car, and I give it to them, and you know, they're like, they act all thankful, but then I look and they have it on top of the trash. It's like, motherfucker, you know.
Give my shit back.
And it's like, I go back and get that shit. Well, fuck you then.
I was at Carl's Jr. and some kid was looking at me. He was staring at me. It was kind of creepy, and I was looking at I kept looking because I was trying to order my shit, but you
look sexy today.
I was like, come here, man. You know, and he was kind of like walking up to me, and I was like, what's up? You got any money, man? And I was like, yeah, I got some money. I pulled out a $5 bill. I've never done this before. I've always given out like a couple quarters.
So
some change.
Yeah.
I gave him a $5, and right when I gave it to him, he put his head down. Like he looked like down, and I was like, he walked away, and I was like, dude, come here. And he came back up to me, and I'm like, keep your head up, man. I gave him a fist pump, you know, and he fist pumped me, and he walked away. But I mean, his spirit looked like it was shattered, you know.
Man, Yeah, bro. I mean, I was just watching another little mini documentary where this guy lives in New York and he's homeless. He got kicked out of his house by his mother for selling drugs. So what he does is he actually just, he asks for money. He actually comes up with like $150 a day. But what his trick is picking up a different woman every other night so that way he can have somewhere to sleep on top of getting laid, But the cool thing about this guy, he's homeless himself, living on the streets, sleeping on cardboard. And when he would see people that are down and out, he's paying it forward, giving them money, buying them food and whatnot. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. I think people need to share more often. But the problem or the resolution is not giving people money. It's creating jobs. It's creating work. It's creating food. Another interesting thing I want to touch on is all the food that goes to waste in America. 40% of the food is going to waste.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. When we have a country that is supported by welfare, by WIC, by Medi-Cal, by all these, government assistance programs, when we have it there, it's just that since it can't get sold and make a company money, they're going to throw it away. It's crazy. There was these dumpster divers that were going through dumpsters, and they were coming up with full meals, and they're having a barbecue in the park feeding, 20, 30 people. It's crazy. When I moved back from Mexico and I was out here, I recall seeing this girl in my junior high take a bite of the pizza, and she just made like a face like, oh, it's so nasty, and she threw it away. And I was just thinking like, oh my God, she just threw away a perfectly good slice of pizza. Because when I was in Mexico, if you could buy pizza at school, they would have it. They'd buy one box at lunchtime, and if you could afford the pizza, like, you're balling. You know what I mean? That was like top of the food chain.
Of a song by Loki when he was talking. Let me see if I have it right here. They're like, we have missiles that we can launch in the air, and it's so incredible to see. But at the same time, couldn't we attach food to these missiles and shoot them at poor people? I was like, damn, that's legit, man. That's really sick.
That way, when it blows up, it's already cooked by the time it gets to the bottom. You could eat that shit. Instant food. Yeah.
Another song he made was called Rich Man, which was really cool. He's like, you don't have to be what the fuck does he say? Let me play it. You don't have to be fortunate, or you don't have to have a fortune to be fortunate.
Yeah, most
that's
definitely.
Fucking hard right there, dude. He's like, you don't need a fortune to be fortunate.
And that's why, like, I go back, we argue, we always touch on religion and whatnot, but that's why I think, like, being religious is somewhat good, because I wake up every morning, oh, thank you, thank God I'm awake again.
Do you really do that?
I do, every day.
You say that? Thank you, God?
Every day
That's
I say
what's up.
thank you. I
wake up and I'm like, yo, where the Cheetos at? No, I'm just kidding. I wake up and I'm out of it. I'm looking around man. My brain, my computer's starting to boot up. My brain is like.
When I wake up and I'm next to my wife, or I thank God, man. I thank God I'm breathing another day, man. I have my hands. I'm able to breathe. I'm able to work. Wipe my own ass.
That's gross. I used to pray every single night since I was 10 years old till I was about 20 something years old.
What were you praying about it? Or were you saying prayers?
It would always be the same. Now I lay me down.
Now
I lay me down to sleep. I pray to the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray to the Lord my soul to take. And I do the cross thing, Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. I'd always say it like this: Dear God, please protect my whole family. Make sure they have a happy life. Please allow us to live a long, happy, thorough life where we don't see any devastation.
Healthy. Yeah, I hear you.
Please, Nana up in heaven, Tata, Uncle Jesse, please watch down on me and protect me. And thank you. And that's it. And I'd say the same thing every single time. And then one day I just stopped and I started going, I started getting pissed off. Like, this is crazy. And now I don't pray at all. I'm not afraid of dying, but I think the whole idea of prayer is that it was a positive way of me, and I would be able to sleep like that instantly. Yeah. And I remember, like, a few years after, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I'd be tossing and turning. All I had to do was start praying, and I would yawn.
I think what it does, it
then I'd go to sleep.
It kind of sets your mind at ease. At least for me personally, I don't like speaking for
I
people.
kid you not. Every time I prayed, I would yawn after, or while I was praying, I would start yawning, and I would knock out. Every time it'd work. It still does. Yeah. But I haven't prayed in a while. But I mean, my whole idea, this podcast is my prayer. It's my prayer to the people out there to snap out of the tricks that you've been tricked by, and to come to an understanding that life is short, it's precious. My sister witnessing her hamster die yesterday or the day before
horrible,
that,
man.
She actually would hardly ever hug me, only when I left for work. Now she hugs me before she goes to school, When I'm about to leave, she hugs me. When I get home,
Cor-
like she recognizes
She
now
does.
life is
She
so
does.
precious.
Yeah. You have to be, and that's why when I hear these kids complain about like, life sucks, life's so hard,
I'm
blah, blah,
bored.
blah. It's like, dude, really? Like, let me go over there and slap you upside your head for
And
being
that's
a
a
little
parent thing.
ignorant. Yeah,
That's-
it is. It is.
The parents are just as stupid. I see it all the time at work. There's not much we can do about it. You know, it sucks. It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate you can't discipline other people's kids.
Right?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, it is. Dude, why do you think things were working so great when they had the Bibles implemented in the paddles? Because kids got an idea of what
Because they
respect
had
is.
fear implemented into them. The thing is that kids are fearless now, and we actually praise that they're fearless, which is good. I get it. You know, they're outgoing, but at the same time, you know, they have to show respect. Like I see little, you know, ranging from like 2 years old, even from being born to like 5, 6, 7, 8, running the parents, man, telling them what to do.
I see kids in high school throwing down with the security guards. Or
Dude, just the other day I heard a kid got suspended on his second day because he was cussing out the security guard. It's like, dude, who does this shit? Come on, man. You know, like, get your ass to class, be on time, do your homework.
And I was
deal with it.
I was a
you know?
bad kid in high school. I'm not no fucking angel. I wasn't walking around going, I'm an angel. I got caught with marijuana pipe in my hand and a shank.
Damn.
I never talked back to no security guard. I respected them. My mom taught me that. You know, that's probably like the only thing she's ever taught me is to respect police, because she didn't respect the police one time, and I think they hogtied her or some shit. Because
what?
I don't know if they hogtied her, but she was popping off.
It sounded good at the moment.
She was popping off the mouth, and she was put in jail. And she told me never argue with the police.
Yeah.
So that stuck in my head. And I'm not a guy who's always defending the police, but I want people out there to know the rights, to know if you didn't do anything wrong.
Treat others the way you want to be treated, damn it.
Right. But there are police that are pricks, you know. But
there's bosses that are pricks. There's people in the street that are pricks. There's kids that are pricks. There's all.
It's people.
It's humanity, people. Yeah. Come on now.
And I remember Cepta saying, like, why do these police officers take a job when they know they have anger issues? But the deeper thing about it to me is that, dude, you try to tell people what to do every damn day. You try to. It's not that they want to be angry. It's the way they're trained. They have to deal with the most worst people.
That's something that I wanted to bring up. It's like I started thinking, okay, let's say we're at an Angel game right here, you know, in Anaheim, and you know, people are, you know, the game's over, everybody's walking. Can you just be like, everybody, listen to me? I have the answers. How many people do you think are going to turn around and listen to you?
That's a good question.
I'd probably none.
It's weird.
It's just it goes to show that like so many people have their own mind. They have their own ideas. They have their own things going on. It's hard to infiltrate every single person.
I wouldn't say none. You know why? Because I was working the other day and I saw these two kids.
Sorry, slim to none.
I saw these two really pretty chicks sitting down, and these two kids approached them, and these random dudes out of nowhere approached them, and they pulled out some magic cards. And I was thinking, this is so fucking corny, dude. These two pretty chicks are not going to pay attention to you and your stupid little magic tricks. They were interested. They were sitting there laughing, looking at the cards, and these two guys pulled it off. They were entertaining them out of nowhere. So it goes to show you with a little bit of confidence, a little bit of nerve to do this type of
look, thing. I'm going to tell people they're the best advice. The hottest girls on this planet are the most insecure girls on this planet. They want to hear just regular things, man. I know guys are very intimidated by these females that might appear to look very beautiful, but some of them honestly are the most down-to-earth people that you'll ever meet.
It's true.
And honestly, I just know it from personal experience. Like me, you know, I'm a social person, you know, but I see a lot of people lack that confidence, and I feel like, what do you think it's due to? The media.
It could be
just
television.
The media telling you you're too fat, you're too ugly.
Yeah, this whole idea. Yeah, it really is.
You need to hit the gym.
I think you're right.
Need a Lamborghini.
Most of the pretty girls that I see, now it's all about your perspective of what you think is pretty. But when I see a really skinny, pretty-looking thing with her stuff together, straight teeth, looks great. You know, most of the ones that are dressing skimpy to me don't have father figures. You know, most of the ones that I've met are actually have been molested or something really bad happened to them. The ones that are kind of dressed proper, they look gorgeous, but they're covering up and stuff. They actually had fathers that told them, you know, don't dress like a whore.
Respect yourself.
And I tried teaching my sister this because, you know,
it's very important.
We were just going at it the other day. I was telling her, you got to understand when a boy, you know, says he loves you and you fall for this trick, you got to understand who you're dealing with, because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing here. Neither do you. You got to realize that your emotions play a role, and you can get your heart shattered by him basically lying to you so that you can give him what he wants. So you got to respect the fact that your body is it's an attraction, but it's also sacred. You got to understand that you got to find someone that will really love you, go through some stuff with you. And I think that's the part that's missing in America. That's why 50% of divorce or marriages last. 50% of them end up in divorce.
Well, yeah, 40% of women who have babies are unmarried.
Right, and that's the reason why I believe in the Bible, because we need people to stay committed. Commit. You can't even commit to your job.
People don't exactly. I mean, how many people leave their job like, oh, well, he's an asshole or this or that? You know,
I quit.
We're a nation of complainers, man. That's pretty much what it is.
I think it's the American thing to do. Like, we wish we can all say,
you're not American unless you complain. Just kidding.
Eat a double cheeseburger. But
eat two of them, shit.
I'm all for the marriage thing, the marriage concept, and even if you're gay, I'm all for it. I think if you're committing to something and you're saying I'm up for it and you're really dedicated to it, do it. I think you should actually get married before sex, because sex is powerful. When you have sexual intercourse with somebody, there's a bond that's created between the two, and you got to know what you're getting yourself into, because if someone just wants you for your body and then they get what they want and then they leave you, you're fucked, because your mind was stuck
emotionally,
on them.
Emotionally, I mean, and then not only that, another thing I was going into too is that, like, now you start seeing like, oh, all men are dogs, or vice versa, all women are bitches, or, you know, you start looking at it in a negative form when there actually might be somebody that is worth it, and then you don't give them that time of day because of your past encounters, you know, with people and your experiences.
They don't trust. Yeah,
nobody. The trust. Yeah, and that's another thing in our society. I think that trust issues. The trust isn't there. I mean, look at these teachers sleeping with the students. You know, you always hear about this stuff, man. So I mean, I don't know, bro.
Propaganda on our people, man. I'm not saying
it's just very complex.
Now,
who do you trust in this world? Well, I got to say this before we close out the show, because Mike's got to go to work.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I want to say this. You know. What can you trust? Who can you trust? Why should you trust? So many questions. The thing I can tell you is,
little time.
If you can't trust yourself, which I can't do all the time, but I'm trying to get better at it.
9 out of 10 times I'm going with myself.
Yeah. Paper, scissors, rock. I think I can do it.
Flip a coin.
I think that once it starts to go into your brain that you can make a difference, you are changed, you are not perfect because of what you had to go through. Everyone had to go through things. You're not the only one. Once you begin to trust yourself, you can understand more about other things and other people, and believe that there are good people out there. And start with yourself, man. You don't need somebody to keep you. You need yourself first. And if you're not there for yourself, when I say that, by eating healthy, reading, learning, contesting, asking questions. If you're not doing any of these things and you're just complacent and just another person walking around this planet,
another sheep,
like a zombie, not knowing what the fuck is going on, well, then you'll become a victim of the society, and we're just going to continue to repeat the bullshit, you know, until we can bring back the positive messages in TV. This is why I fully 100% believe I will take out the media one day. I will rebuild the media. I am the media with my own channel. People will come to me and they'll be trusting what I'm telling them. And I 100% believe it needs to be changed, and I will dedicate my life to it. There's no stopping it. And then when you say, will you sign over your $1 million record deal? No. Fuck you. I'm not signing shit.
Like Gandhi said it best, be the change you want to see in the world.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we're going.
And with that said, this is motherfucking DJ Lou.
Wake up,
Mike.
Wake up. What you sleeping for? It's time
yeah.
for motherfucker, let's go.
Mike, I get to do the commentaries. I get to do the intros. And Mike.
I see the struggle.
I see the fight. I see the hunger. I see the light. I see corruption. I
and
see the death.
The one, the only, the... Wait, he's not here. wait, why are you guys cheering? Boo. Cepta. And we are the revolution. I could play with these buttons all day. All right, guys, put your fist up. Do what you got to do, brother Mains. We out like that. Peace.
Peace. Keep it classy, people.
Love everyone. Oh, that's another thing I want to say before I leave. I met some dude, and he really blew my mind, because he was telling me, you know, God didn't tell me to like these people that I'm around, these hateful people. God told me to love these people. And I was like, whoa.
Damn, that's deep.
Yeah, he blew my mind. Just that little sense alone, I was like, whoa.
That's deep.
Dude was cool as shit. I'm trying to get him on the podcast. Stay real, y'all. Keep it true.
Deuce.
Peace.